That sums today up, doesn't it? Right, that was meant to play the opener, but it didn't. Anyway, what a shambles that was, and what a shambles this has started off like. Where do we even begin to start with that? Because I actually don't even know where the hell you begin to start with that, because it wasn't like, certainly wasn't like one single individual had an absolute stinker. It was like a collective shitting of the bed from an entire squad. I don't believe in new manager bounce. It doesn't exist. Now, a manager coming in and doing better than Steven Gerrard, yeah, I think there's a lot of managers that can come in and do that. And I knew Aston Villa were a team that were far better than the tune Steven Gerrard was getting out of them. But not enough to put 3 goals past the Manchester United side that hasn't conceded an open play goal in about 12 hours or something. That's absolutely ridiculous. Now, there's a comment here that I paused the chat from earlier on to have a look at. There's a couple of interesting comments here. Jake Berry says, maybe Ronaldo shouldn't be surrounded by dross from the academy. And I would say maybe. You're not going to fix everything that you had to fix in one window, but I don't think Ronaldo's even deserving of the place that he's got in the squad. If Anthony Martial or literally any other fit striker in the world was at the club, Ronaldo probably wouldn't be playing. Now, this is another comment here from Ant says, did Ten Hag have a fucking stroke? Second game running, he puts out a shy, stupid 11. Casper de Beek, the fucking ghost, Ronaldo, Rashford on the right, and Eriksen as a central mid. Fucking joke. Let's roll that back then. So the second game running puts out a shy 11. The last game, we won the match. 1-0. Don't know if you remember that. This game, let's examine what he did. He played Van der Beek. Why did he play Van der Beek? Probably because Bruno was suspended. And who else are you going to play there? Fred or McTominay? Realistically, who are you going to put there? Fred or McTominay, or a guy that you've had playing successfully as a number 10 for you, albeit at Ajax? Ronaldo. See what he did there with the changing of the name. He must be the smartest person in year 4. I don't think Ronaldo's deserving of a start. I'm not going to be disrespectful enough to call him Ronaldo. But also, yes, because Anthony Martial is injured and clearly not capable of starting football games, hence why Ronaldo started. Rashford on the right. Yes, because Sancho's at the moment, Anthony's clearly injured, and Garnacho looks good on the left-hand side. You're not going to wreck what's going on with a youngster by moving his position early doors. You go with a more experienced professional who has actually played on the other wing, not very well, but he's played on the other wing, and you go with it from there. And then you seem to moan about Christian Eriksen playing as a centre mid. That's literally where Christian Eriksen plays, mate. He didn't play him left back, did he? Now, Victor Lindelof's coming in for a lot of criticism, and some of the spacing, I can't remember which goal it was now, second goal, I think. The spacing, no, it was the first goal, I think. I don't fucking know. The spacing of where he was, I think it was the first, was all over the gaff. And that's been not how United have been playing for the last 6 or 7 weeks or something, though. And for everyone saying give Charlie McNeil, listen, to start him in the Premier League over Cristiano Ronaldo is a absolute batshit decision. Batshit decision. You give him 5 minutes and you see how he goes, and he gets to earn it from there. But that was a batshit decision. Now, Donny van der Beek has had a couple of games recently that he's been involved in the team, and he's had a couple of starts. But my days has he been anonymous. The issue with Donny van der Beek is he's far better in everyone's imagination than he is on the pitch. He might have had maybe 2 memorable performances in a United shirt, but it's not enough. And for all the How do you expect him to play when he doesn't play regularly, Merchants? That's literally how every other single player in the club gets opportunities. You have to take your opportunities. Now, like I said, I don't think... I've never really got the hype with Donny van der Beek. There seems to be a real agenda pushing for some people, and I'm not sure what it is or why it is, why they favour certain players over others. I don't really understand it. But the Donny thing, the weird sort of support that he's got, I honestly don't get it. He's almost like some sort of mad cult hero. But cult heroes have done stuff for the football club. How much of it is this 11 has just kind of been run into the ground? And some people will take that as a dig at Ten Hag, but some people will take anything you say on the internet and fucking twist it to however they want you to say it. It's not a dig at Ten Hag, it's a factual statement of this squad could be getting a bit tired. It's not a big squad. It's not. It's stretched at the moment. It's got quite a few decent players that are out in it. And as we've seen, the backups, not great. Daniel Cassar in the comments says people always saying Bruno's got to be dropped. Today showing why Bruno was key to the system. Quite possibly. Resonating Silence says the question is why is Ten Hag playing Van der Beek? I thought I'd just answered that, to be honest with you. He's playing Van der Beek because his alternatives in central midfield are Zidane Iqbal, who I'm all about, but he hasn't given him 5 minutes yet, so assuming he would start him was mental. Fred, McTominay. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you've got a fucking prime Roberto Baggio sitting on the bench and just going, do you know what, now I'm probably not going to play him. Kay says, need the pasta in this one. Van der Beek was anonymous today. One of those days. Just get over it and move on. In hindsight, as it always is being 2020 and actually never going to get put to the test in hindsight, Fred might have been a better option. He might have wanted to go for a little bit more grit in the 10 and try and press and try and disrupt what Villa were trying to do. Villa played a really good game and they took their chances phenomenally. They didn't pepper us, but yeah, you know, not just said here, 2 games in a weak squad, problems in attack. It's bound to start unravelling. Now, I don't know if I'd say unravelling, but you're probably going to have games where it just doesn't bounce right for you, and maybe today was one of those days. Yeah. Daniel says, Eriksen in the TED, Fred and Casemiro behind. Again, maybe, but I've been liking the work Eriksen's doing deeper, and he gets on the ball a lot deeper. And I think that's a very positive thing. Josh says Van der Beek was piss poor. The Green World says the World Cup's come at a good time. I mean, the World Cup thing's a very interesting thing because I've started to hear pundits sort of talk about it now, and I don't necessarily think this was a reason for United's result today or anything along those lines. But is it something that's going to be playing in people's minds over the next 2 weeks? Or this weekend and next weekend? I don't know. Sam says, same result next weekend against Fulham for me. That would be a tough one to take, wouldn't it? Hussey says people turning on Eriksen already. I mean, I see people talking about Eriksen being poor defensively. I would tend to agree, but that's not why he's in the team. He's in the team to keep you ticking and do the offensive stuff. That's why he's got Casemiro next to him. Notch says Eriksen was also bound to tire at some point. Yep. Gary says Ronaldo, Lindelof sold ASAP, need a striker and a fit centre-half. I mean, the need for a centre-half to come in, we looked at Kim Min-jae last week, and because of the injury problems with Varane, I think he probably would end up coming in and being pretty much a first choice. But, you know, what are the club going to sanction that in January? Unlikely. I think that you're probably, hopefully, you're going to see a striker. There does seem to be some murmurings. I did see something about Malo Gusto's being looked at for right back, potentially. It's just one of those, isn't it? Like, we've had we've had a real good run lately, and all runs come to an end. Like, I can see people asking for thoughts on individual performances. Dylan there saying thoughts on Shaw's performance. They're all going to be tinged with the fact that we lost the game, and there's mistakes in pretty much every single player's performance today. I don't know if anyone... Casemiro was pretty good, maybe. I mean, I watched, or I was struggling to watch in the first half. I saw the goals, and I saw a few minutes either side of those goals. But I'm trying to bleed and stream this shit because it's not on telly in the UK. I spent all of half time trying to use my fucking Surfshark VPN, which I actually use, to try and fucking change my location to the bastard Middle East to see if I could get a subscription for beIN Sport, and you can't because you got to have a local phone number. And then I tried to do one for Peacock, which is what it was being shown on in America, and I couldn't fucking do that either. Like, literally, when they're not shown on TV in England, this blackout is fucking stupid. It's not shown on TV in England. Allow us to use the internet for what it is and fucking watch this shit. Otherwise, you just sit there just going on all these bullshit websites, fucking going around in circles, unable to watch the fucking game. It's an absolute joke that this shit is available to stream, completely fucking legal, and I couldn't sign up for any of them. Pissed me right off, it did. Y World says Ronaldo didn't receive any ball. I'm fucking sick of this for people that talk about strikers saying nobody got him a ball. Good strikers can make their own fucking moves. Cristiano Ronaldo has always made his own moves. He ain't at it at the moment. When he gets on the ball at the moment, his passing's off. His movement's off. His fucking shooting is off. His heading is off. Nothing in Cristiano Ronaldo's game is jiving at the moment. And I think some of that could be down to pre-season. I don't know. I don't know whatever issues he had family-wise in the summer, but the lack of pre-season. We've seen this how many times with people? We've seen so many times when someone's missed pre-season and for some reason just been shit in the season. I think pre-season's so important. Clockwork says Ronaldo could have scored. He had chances. Robert says all teams drop games, especially now with the amount of games played. Football's a very demanding game. We obviously don't know how next season's going to pan out. Next year, the next calendar year, following the World Cup. It could be utter carnage. I have no fucking clue how this is going to rock. I really have no idea how this is going to patch up at all. United have still got a fair bit of deadwood. I think Ten Hag and the recruitment team, to be fair to them, did bits. I think they did bits in the summer. But there's two sides to it. One of them is in getting rid of all the deadwood. In fact, Phil Jones is still fucking on our payroll, if not in training. Needs to be fucking fixed. Quick. Quite a few people give me some suggestions on how to sign up for stuff. I will look into those. Hit me up on the Reddit or something, and I'll look into some of those. Alex says, I agree, CR7 can't play on this team, and Van der Beek is done. He's had chances, but nothing now. We need two strikers in, another centre mid. Again, there's like... Ralph said it, didn't he? You need 10 players. People laughed at him. He's fucking right. Clockwork83 says, could we have done better with a low block approach? I mean, we were down inside minutes. We were literally behind inside minutes. It wasn't because we were playing adventurous. I think someone got dragged out of position. The midfield wasn't really protecting well enough. It was just one of those where sometimes it just fucking goes west. Emery clearly got his... Emery's a good coach. And that Aston Villa team is a solid mid-table team, which some people are going to take as a diss, but it's not. They are a lot higher level than they're getting. Oh, Steven Gerrard was getting a fucking tune out of, to be honest. Sorry. What are my thoughts on the free kick that Dean scored? He's absolutely fucking one-arrowed it into the fucking joint, hasn't it? Actually, it wasn't quite in the joint. It was a hell of a free kick, though. He's absolutely fucking smoshed it. Alex there with a super chat saying Hazard on the cheap if we can't get another number 9 in January. I don't want Eden Hazard anywhere near us. Seth says game plan goes out the window when you're 2-0 down that early. And that. Yeah, you're 2-0 down early. You're not going to sit back. You're like, right, well, we've got to fucking get in the mixer now, haven't we? Let's get forward. Let's go try and score something. Matthew says, where is it? I would love to see Eriksen play in the 10, put McTominay alongside Casemiro. I think that was an option, but so was Donny van der Beek until he's not an option. And then if he's not an option, he's not a fucking option, is he? Daniel says, need to rest players on Thursday, play Tony for 20 and start him over Ron on Sunday. Malacia right back. Yeah, this League Cup game now needs to be a Man United under 21s. No fucking around. Man United under 21s, finish with 3 points against Fulham, have a good World Cup, and fucking sin a bit. Job's a good one. Ishmael says, Hazard's had more injuries than goals at Real Madrid. Steve, where are the apologies for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not playing Van der Beek? Agenda-driven sausages. That's it. Donny's cult was a weird one, and it seemed to be very toxic at the end with Ole because of people who supported Donny van der Beek. Where have these people come from, and what the fuck do they watch? I mean, I blocked a guy on Twitter before, and he instantly fucking hit me back up with another account that he just made, going, haha, you can't hack it. No, it's not I can't hack it, mate. I just can't be arsed with your copy-paste propaganda. The guy was like, Maguire was flawless. And as soon as I've seen that in a tweet, I'm like, I don't need to be interacting with you anymore. Fucking block. Bye-bye. Ed says, the older you get, the more you need pre-season. Ibra struggled coming back from mid-season injury, knee ligament. Messi last year started in September and took 4 months to get sharp. Ronaldo is no different. Excellent point. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Seth says, Zidane, Savage, Shola, Mengi, Bernard. It'd be nice to see all of them. Totally agree. Jordan says he's played Donny because he passes, brackets not anymore, presses. Fernandez presses and Eriksen hasn't got that. It bears better deeper. Eriksen in the 10 isn't the answer. That's what people do forget, is there's two sides to the job that you do. There's your in-possession part of your job, and then there's your out-of-possession part of your job. And you come up against an energetic, physical Aston Villa side today, and honestly, I think we got run over by them. Brian says Steve runs more in one of his daily runs than Van der Beek runs in half a season. Many people are going to think that was sarcasm, but you might be right. I've got to do 22k today. Because of my week off that I had ill, I'm catching up, so today is a fucking rough day. And the 22k I did last week sent my heart rate high, my resting heart rate high for 3 days. I was like pretty fucking ill after that one. So yeah, today I'm doing 22k. If I can get round it, because I feel like shit. But I'm not in London tomorrow. I'm working from home, so I might. If I can't do 20 today, I'll do 20 tomorrow. But final week of my 457 kilometers. Hopefully, it's the final week. I can imagine. I can see some spilling over to that final Monday. To be honest with you, maybe a 10k, because the last day is looking like having to do a marathon and carrying weight. That's fucking disgusting. I've never gone. Well, I have gone that far, but not since I've been 200 plus pound. So it's going to be a fucking rough one. But we'll have 5 things in the morning, as usual. Frustration, one of those, innit? Loads of players missing. Loads of players who actually fucking played were still missing. And we're not there yet, are we? You're going to take a couple of pastings in your first season with a new manager. But hopefully we can get through it and be better on the other side, innit? Anyway, cheers for tuning in. As always, I'll catch you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.